Welcome to the Pathways to Prosperity podcast, where we explore personal, professional, and financial success stories of top achievers. Let's dive in.
Hello, and today we are here with Todd Wiseman. How's it going today, Todd? Excuse me.
Good.
Hey, Todd, could you tell us a little bit about your business?
Sure. We are a national, really international advertising agency, although most of our business is in the United States. We have an office in downtown Seattle. We have an office in downtown Tampa. We have 125 plus clients, and we're full service, right? So we handle, the base of the pyramid is always digital. So we kind of have to make sure their digital footprint is okay, whether we handle it or somebody else. That has to be under control before we can build on the pyramid, and start conquesting new clients. So, it's fun. We start with digital, and then whatever they want to build on from there: strategy, creative, production, TV, radio, outdoor. In the end, they all just need to make money, and that's our job. We make our money. We have our meetings. The question is, did we make money this week? That's the question, and that's what we focus on.
Okay. And I'm sorry, Todd, what was the name of your business?
Actuate Media.
Okay. I forgot to mention that in the beginning, so I just want to make sure we got the right business name on there for you. There's a lot of competition in your space, Todd. So what sets you apart, or, what maybe comes easy to you that others find challenging?
Number one, we actually are in business to help our clients not just make money. So I would say probably 1/3 of our clients come from other agencies, and lately that number might be pushing 40%, where they're coming in and they're paying retainers, and they're in contracts, and they have fees every time they turn around. They have these fantastic reports, but they're not selling anything, right? So I guess what makes us different is we get results, and we don't have contracts with our clients. You go month to month. And if you want to leave, you can leave, but most of them don't. I mean, we've got clients that spend $300,000 a month with us, $200,000 a month, $100,000 a month. They're not under contract. We're not charging a monthly fee for all of our strategy and work and advice. In fact, one of my legal clients was at a huge legal conference up in Atlanta this past week. A lot of lawyers, over 3,000 lawyers were there. And he called during the break and he said, "I just want you to know that 2,999 lawyers out of 3,000 are going to spend a lot of money and get bound into 2-year contracts for what I get from you for free. Thank you for that." So, he's a good client, and we work really hard. Pricing is fair, and it just works. We don't lose too many clients. We get the competition's clients seem to find us and come to us.
Yeah. Understanding my media investments and what we spend, and always trying to find great people is a huge challenge.
Honest people is a big part of that. Honesty and integrity. We're transparent on everything, right? So we show everyone everything that we pay, and we charge our management fee on top of that up to a certain point, and the percentage drops. And then once you reach a certain level of spending, it's just a flat fee, based on spend. And again, it doesn't matter if we're producing a commercial and I get a commercial produced commercials that I could produce for 700,000 that I get for 80. I could mark those up very easily, but I don't. Here's the price. And for 24, commercials in English and in Spanish of every length, cost 80 grand, right? We take a percentage fee on top of that, and that's it. So honesty and integrity is a big part of this business, and there's some bad people out there.
Okay. So if someone listening to us right now wanted to get better at their advertising and marketing, what do you suggest they do, or what tips may you have to give?
That's a very good question. And I've lost business for clients that have not had the base of the pyramid under control. Okay. The base of the pyramid is you have to have a website that's functional. You have to have SEO, you have to have search engine optimization, which means the internal links, the external links, the content is all working correctly and people can find you. The internet can find you. People say, what is SEO? I'm older. Before the internet came out, if you were in business, location was the key to success. Your location on the internet is SEO. And if no one can find your house, your place of business, your service, your person, you're in trouble. So the website has to be functional. The SEO has to be good. And your social media presence has to be out there. It has to be real and it has to be there. So if you don't have the website, the SEO, and the social at least under control, we can help you. Somebody needs to help you. That has to, that, and the big thing, the big sticking point with that is not advertising. Your website, your SEO, your social, that is a cost of doing business. It's like having your water on in the bathroom and your light bill and the air conditioning in your hot office. It's a cost of doing business. If you want to conquest new clients, if you want to build on top of that, there are a lot of ways to do that. And depending on who you're targeting, who you want to talk to, what kind of return on investment you're looking for, then we can advise on that. And then if you like it, hey, let's do it. If you don't, no harm, no foul. It didn't cost you anything.
Awesome. Okay. No, and that's a great piece of advice I think a lot of people miss out on. They think they build it and they will come. I'm from Iowa originally, so, the field of dreams, build it and they will come.
Yeah. You don't build it, they won't come.
They won't come if you don't build it. But yeah, you gotta have that base to build up on.
And sure. that's not advertising. And we get clients. I would say that we've had 3 clients in the last 2 months that left $10,000 a month SEO contracts. $10,000 a month for SEO. We charge $899 a month. We host the website. Our star rating on SEO is through the roof. We're great at what we do. We charge $900. We're all buying it from the same people. We're all on the same internet. How in the world someone gets talking to spend $10,000 a month for SEO? I don't. You know what? I don't understand it.
Yeah. What are one of the biggest challenges you had to overcome in your career?
It's a good question. I think managing my family and my business goal objectives was probably the biggest challenge. I'm a family guy first. Happily married, going on 38 years, 4 great kids, very, very, very successful, all graduated from unbelievable universities. My kids are pillars in the community. My wife is a pillar in the community. I try to be that. Well, that's hard to do if you're really focused on, making a buck. Okay. So to be successful, serve clients and have a great career and have great income, but not missing, son or daughter's game or, what they're doing in the elementary school in the play or, helping your wife because you've got, 2 babies and she's pregnant and somebody has to help, right? But you still have this obligation to work. This is not for everybody, right? But you're asking me what my challenges were, and it was balancing those because my validation in this life was not how much money I made. I've got friends that they have hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, and they take me on their private 15-passenger jets, and they take me to their houses, and we play golf every week. We're great friends. They had a different focus than I did, right? And some things got left behind while they were chasing that money, but that's okay because what they did is important. And not everyone is built like I am. That might not be their priority. Their priority is to make a lot of money, build a company, sell it, live the lifestyle they have, and do what they can with the family. There's not a right or wrong. This is just, you ask me mine, and I'm saying that's mine. That's not everybody's. We need hard driving people that are so focused on business, they don't care about anything else, are singularly focused on success, and that they're important people in our society, in this life, and in this world.
Well, and as you mentioned that's one of the things of why we do this podcast is because we want different views of success, not just the one view that's plastered around social media and, that fine polished look, success is what it means to each person. And that's why I find it important to speak to different people and to be able to, to be able to, sorry, to be able to find people that reach different people wherever they are, and as you mentioned that, earlier in life, that was definitely one of the things where I struggled with was finding that right balance. Thankfully, my wife's still here, and we're constantly working on that. But yeah, it's what's important to you is what defines success. I don't believe all success is about money.
Right. But,
sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, in order to be successful, you need to define what yours is, and define that right thing.
I was just going to say, I've made it through the abyss, right? But it wasn't easy. The middle years of marriage and kids and balancing everything was difficult, right? And I'm not going to lie, we almost didn't make it through, right? And it was through grace and through, a little bit of counseling and hard work that we were able to pull it together. But sometimes it doesn't always match up. And that's, I don't know if that's someone's fault. I just think that's just the way it goes. So we were very, very blessed to be able to pull it through. But, and we're at a nirvana place now, right? But it's just, it wasn't that easy in the middle.
It wasn't always that way.
Yeah.
Definitely appreciate that one. It sounds like things are going well for you in your business. A lot of our guests are, looking at the future and how they can create passive income or to enhance or even replace their current active income. What are your thoughts about this? Do you have any things that you do to create passive income or recommendations for people?
Yeah, I have a lot of passive income projects. But I would, urge the listeners and the viewers, just to, just find something that you enjoy, right? I mean, we all hear that, right? But you got to get into something that you enjoy, and then, go to work on making it happen. So yeah, I'm much better with a question like if it's a specific industry, because I've had so much exposure to so many. I mean, I've done 10,000 deals with different clients, right? So we're as an agency, we're well versed in helping specific ideas, notions, pathways. So yeah, I mean, if you have something on a specific industry, I'm more than happy to speak on anything from writing a book to starting a staffing company to getting, I've written my own patents and I've gotten my own, patents. I've wireframed, thousands of pages of websites and technology without being able to write code, but I know how to, what to do to get it done and who to get it from. So it doesn't, instead of spending 800,000, I spend 8,000, right? And, have things that, are important and impact. So I'm better on specific questions if you have an industry that, you might wonder about in general.
Well, it's not about an industry. We just like to share what people are doing, so that's why we always kind of ask that question.
Sure.
People always say, well, what are the successful people doing? So it's always, from that avenue of what we like to share with people. So
I'm really focused on this industry. To tell you the truth, I mean, I've got some, I've owned a staffing company for 15 years. That just, it's a skilled staffing company that, does metal frame, drywall, and, it's just, it's a great little, I make anywhere from $500 to $600,000 a week extra. It just depends on how many people are out, that week. And, it's a good business, right? So anything you pick, you just gotta, focus on it and, make sure you can sell it. So many people, get an idea, but if it's not going to sell, if you got to test it a little bit. If you can't, if you can't find somebody who wants to buy what you're selling and give you money for it, then, don't do it. Right. There's a good friend of mine named Kevin Harrington, and you may have heard of him. He is the father of the infomercial, and he was one of the original sharks on Shark Tank. He's got a great brand. He's an incredibly successful guy. And I was with him one day when he was still doing a lot of infomercials, right? And it was all direct response. And I go to his big office on Rocky Point down here in Florida, and he's up on a high floor overlooking the bay, and he is just, Todd, you're not going to believe, he's chest bumping me. Let's go to lunch. I bought $100 million in media, and I'm just going to kill the, not $100 million, that was the sales. He bought $10 million in media, and he was going to sell this product that, for your hair, and it tells you what shampoo to use, what conditioner to use, and then you test it, and then it tells you what color to use for men and women, and then he could sell you all those things on the back end for years to come. He was over the moon, right? Just knew this thing was going to work. Guess what happened? It flopped. It failed. So he'd already bought the airtime. And he had another product on the shelf, which was a drill that you drill a hole and then you turn the bit and then you could screw in the screw, right? And it was something that he got from a hardware show that he thought wasn't going to work. He just thought it was interesting. And when he gets to it. He already bought the airtime. He had to drop that in. And that turned out to be a $200 million winner, right? So the only way is by seeing if you can sell it. If you start out at a farmer's market, start out online. Shark Tank guys, if you ever watch it, they'll tell you the same thing. What are your sales so far? You can be the greatest idea in the world. You can be so passionate, you can be so beautiful, so friendly, so it's going to change the world. But if nobody's going to buy it, don't do it. If you're doing it to make money, if you're doing it just for fun, then do it for fun.
Yep. Yeah, all of our businesses are in passion projects, but they're things that people pay a premium for, and that people want, and from that avenue for us, we work in assisted living industry. It's not just the want, it's the need, but we also work in the niche that is the want. We work in the niche that's needed with the want, and we dominate that side of our industry. It's the same thing I own a backyard living company. We do high-end backyard remodels, waterfalls, water features, fire pits, things like that. And it's the same thing. Like you said, you got to find something that people want. And to me, as I always tell people, we're not looking to sell 100 million of something. As I always tell people, I look to do less work for more money than more work. Right. Our avenue. That's what we look for in our investments is areas, I haven't gotten to that point yet where I'm finding things that I can turn into $100 million idea, but I could find things I could turn into $10 million. So, and
they grow, they franchise. Yeah, that's that. We turned down an assisted living company in the state of Washington. I'm not going to say the city, because of exactly what I said. They had 3 different websites. They were trying to get franchises also, but they wanted to present themselves as the caring assisted living, but they wanted to sell franchises more. And they were all over the place. And so when I finally said, and they said, they gave me a great budget to run a test in a city, exactly what I wanted to do. But then when I investigated, their digital footprint was erratic, and it was irresponsible for me to take that money because it wasn't going to work. I love assisted living. I mean, I'm telling you, and the good thing about that industry is that audience is a 50 plus audience. So the caregiver is generally the oldest female daughter in the family, is the one who usually makes a decision. We can find her, and she's really inexpensive fun, right? You can still use traditional media to reach these people. And that is a great business for economies of scale, because anything that's targeting adults 35 plus, including your backyard business, home improvement, anything targeting 35 plus, is still money. If it's service especially, it's a great way to go. And
well, we have a very extremely, as I love how you said that. And that's what when I consult with people, and that's one of the things that I do, is that we teach them to find a very extremely narrow niche and dominate that niche. We own assisted living, luxury boutique assisted living homes. That's all we do. I have investors come in all the time. I'll give you $20 million. I'll give you 50 if you buy a big facility, because this is our niche. This is what we do. We dominate. We have paid waiting lists of people to get into our homes. There's no one else in our industry in that footprint that has paid waiting lists, and people are like, well, come do this. No, this is what we do. This is it,
Yeah.
so that's, you said, it's finding those niches of things that are people that are really have it dialed in, and they know who they are and what they are. And, from that avenue, it makes investing with people a lot better, a lot more secure,
Yeah. Yeah. I know you. I know that product well, and I'm happy for you because, and hopefully you're using all the tactics that are available to you and you're getting the right cost per thousand.
Actually, our investment level on our homes is not our investment. Our marketing budgets on them are extremely small.
We've got a waiting list.
Less than $1,000 a month on marketing because we don't have to spend anymore.
Yeah.
So it's a blessing. Everybody comes to me and they're like, we can do this, we can do that. I'm like, we already have, you don't understand. We already have people that are waiting to get in our homes. They're 10-bed homes, 16-bed homes. I can't, even if you could bring me 20 people, there's nothing I can do with them. The bigger problem I have is finding where can I put another home that matches this.
Yeah. Well, that's my staffing company. I make anywhere from $2,500 to $24,000 a month, and I have zero marketing budget because I already have my clients, and it's really just the ebb and flow of the projects, and that's it. So I get it.
Yep. So got off on a little tangent there between us, but as we're wrapping up our interview here, what exciting plans or initiatives do you have in the works for the next 6 to 12 months?
We nearly doubled our revenue this year, and we'd like to do that again next year. So we're on fire, right? We are just hitting on all cylinders. We've got a good working rhythm. We've got good people in place. Our communication is good. The systems are good, and our reputation is good. So we just, we want to go all the way to the top. We just don't want us, I've done a lot of great things in my life. Made a fair amount of money. I don't have to work, but I love this game, right? And it's almost like helping the needy, right? Because I'm helping clients that have, their money, they have their wife or husband and their kids and their families. Sometimes they have money in it and, they're growing, or you've got a business. There's just people who need help to continue growing. And we're able to do that, right? We know how to do it. So, if I can do this to the day I die, I don't want to play golf every day. I love playing golf. I love pitching. I love working out. And it's not terrible, but you know what? I can do that in, a few hours during a week. This is what I want to do every day. So, we just want to keep it going. And again, we want to make money. You have to measure, right? There have to be measures. And right now revenue is the measure, but also not losing clients is another measure. We're going to have some turnover, right? We are. That's just, how it goes. Can't say we've never lost a client because we have.
Yep.
But not always our fault. Sometimes it is our fault, right? And then we have to fix it. So, but what we're excited about is 2025, 2026, 2027. We're on a trajectory that we are very excited about, and hope the word will get out that we love what we do, and that's what I tell every new client. Here's what you need to know about us: we love what we do. So, if we can help you, we'd like to. If it doesn't match, we get it, right?
Yep.
So that's really it.
I love your passion and philosophy. It's the same way for my businesses, and it's always refreshing to speak to people that have that same passion and same philosophy. And the big one that you hit on, the accountability. When something goes wrong, you stand up and you say, we made a mistake. Can we fix it? And if we can't fix it for them, how do we fix it going forward? I would say the true measure if someone isn't when everything goes great. It's when things fall apart.
Yeah.
And to me, that's where some of my strongest relationships come from people that I know is that, things went sideways and, they stood up and said, hey, let's get this right, and
that's us. That's us.
Appreciate that. And, that's me to 100%. And that's the kind of people that, to me, you should always be looking to do business with,
Absolutely. Well, If you have any clients that need a hand, it costs them zero for us to take a look and say, here's what we think, and be happy to pass our information along, because we will help. And I promise you, they'll get the best that they can get, and it costs them nothing.
Absolutely. I definitely will be reaching out. We're going to be opening our Phoenix office for our Beyond Backyard Living myself. So, which leads me to, I appreciate your time on here today and for just sharing some insights and tips with us. If people wanted to connect with you, how would they do that, Todd?
Well, they can call me. My email is easy. It's TW, my initials, Todd, TW at actuatemedia.com. And Actuate is ACTUATE media.com. TW at actuatemedia.com. And my phone number is 813-690-3614, 813-690-3614. Happy to talk with anyone about what they're doing. It's better if they at least kind of have their website built, and they're kind of moving forward and have a little bit of a budget to help themselves. But whatever it is, we're happy to talk. So give me a ring, shoot me an email. Love to help.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate your time and for being on here today, Todd. And we look forward to hearing from you again in the future.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, have a blessed one.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for listening to the Pathways to Prosperity podcast. Got a success story to share? Visit pathwaystoprosperitypodcast.com/guest and apply today.